So thank you to Ben Tozer for coming on the show today. So we're really excited to have you on. We do, just so you can know a little bit about what we do. So we've got, Amy and myself have started a Monday afternoon radio show called Mindset Mondays. So it's all about helping your mindset, feeling good. And we talk a lot about different things that we've done to help ourselves to get over anxieties and different things like that. So what I really thought it would be great is if we had a week where we focus more on mental health for men, because we don't really talk much about that, do we?
No, we're a bit different.
Just a bit different, so because of women. However, mental health for men is such a massive topic at the minute, and luckily more people are coming out and speaking about it and needing help. There's a lot more talk in Wrexham as well about different groups available out there. And I'd read your story and what things that you'd been through in your football journey. I wondered if you'd maybe share a little bit with us to help other men out there as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, mine's probably because of a situation. Like I got basically told to stay away from a club, and I was at home all day and just staring at walls, and just not something that I was comfortable and used to. I'm quite a sociable person, so for me, being around people is better for me rather than sitting at home watching daytime TV. And I know that you can kind of get into a real downward spiral and overthinking and not stimulating your mind and things like that. So I got myself into a bit of a rut, and luckily getting out and exercising, having a bit of routine, and just kind of, I went to see a counsellor.
Right. Okay.
And I felt like that really helped, and I kind of feel like since then I've developed a bit of a skill. Like I don't necessarily like to say, like mental health, like you're mentally weak or you're mentally strong. No. I try and think of it as like a skill. Yeah. Because you're going to have good and bad moments throughout your life. So to have the skill to deal with both of them is the way that I see you should probably approach it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, do you remember when you first felt like you were in sort of a rough spot or feeling low? Do you remember what the first thing you did to do? Because if someone's listening out there and they're feeling like that at the minute, sometimes it's quite scary to go out there and speak to a counsellor. Some people don't want to do that. Do you remember what you did first?
To be honest with you, it was my wife was the one who identified it, and she just said in no uncertain terms, you need to ring up and get help. Yeah. And to be fair, I'm obviously grateful that she was able to say that, and also it probably helps that I was approachable in that way for her to say that, because I know a lot of people would just shoot it down and be like, no, I'm fine, or whatever. But I think everyone needs help at times, whether that's when you're a baby and growing up or when you get older, and everyone needs help, and it's no different. So I think just being open-minded and able to be approachable, that would definitely help.
That's definitely a good thing to have. To say, well, listen to advice. I reckon that's a good point, isn't it?
Don't get me wrong, when we leave home, I think we become a bit more stubborn, because we're like, I'm independent now. That's me. I want to be me. So I think just think being a bit open-minded and willing to listen.
Yeah, definitely.
And then with the exercise thing, how did you sort of get yourself motivated enough to go out and do that?
Well, I wanted to stay fit anyway, like physically. So I actually booked into a boxing class every Tuesday and Thursday, and obviously boxing kind of helped with any kind of anger I was having.
Yeah.
So, punching a pad or whatever, whether it is that or whatever. So I made sure every Tuesday, Thursday, that was it. There's non-negotiable. I had to go.
Routine.
And it was routine. And routine, I'm a routine. I think we're all routine. It's ingrained in us as babies.
Going to school.
Yeah. What time you get
it's routine, get up.
Go to bed
for sure.
And stuff like that. So I don't think routine is necessarily bad, as long as it's not the whole focus of your life.
No.
But and then I'd do a lot of cycling as well.
Okay.
I was living in South Wales at the time, so cycling I loved it. Just getting out there and putting some music in, and I'm very competitive, so I'd see times on Strava and think I'm going to beat that. That was just my
against yourself.
Did you always beat it?
I can't actually remember. I'm sure I was getting good. I never got the best, because there's I think people know ridiculous, but just to get in like top 10 or top 5 is like
you've got to get there.
Yeah. Have you wailed or have you
just of that area, whoever
the area
kind of things.
You'd want to be top 10 in the world.
I wouldn't be able to.
It might just be like a 100-metre track or like 1 kilometre or something like that.
So I didn't know that they had that. That's really cool.
It's good.
Oh, fab. Ace, I didn't know.
No.
Well, because I remember, because I was watching Welcome to Wrexham when it was up on Netflix, and I was watching it, thinking how much of an up and down journey it must be being a footballer.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of mindset, is it a lot about mindset to get you?
I think it's ridiculous. The journey you go on is so high and low. You think of fans and what they go through on a Saturday. If you lose, it's the end of the world. And me being a fan as well, I know what it's like when you're watching your team. You can get so down and angry, really, and emotional. So for us as players, we can't afford to get like that. We have to stay. You have to try and, like I said about the skill of, you know, when you lose a game, you've got to try and stay on the same level. So it's I suppose that's come with experience as well. But yeah, I mean, it's almost like a pressure cooker that's building up, and when the season ends, like last season, unfortunately it was a negative end. It does spill over in them moments. So,
and what do you do to keep that balance, or when you do lose a game? Is there something that you all do? I
think I'm probably helped by the fact that I have kids, so it's going home to them and just switching off.
Yeah.
You still, I say like I've got. I feel like I get like a bit of Tourette's, because after a game I get home and I'm like, yeah, absolutely fine. Then I go,
Yeah.
And then I would like snap out of it again, and then it would come back like an hour later.
Will it? It just keeps coming back in the mind. Yeah, and I guess that happens to a lot of people. But we were talking about that on the show last week about how sometimes you want to forget about bad memories or bad things that have happened to you, but then actually, if you never had those bad things happen to you, would you ever learn? Would you ever grow?
No, exactly. I'm so grateful I had that bad moment in my life, because I feel like I learned a lot about myself, and I feel like I'm a better person for it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is a bad thing to go through. I was speaking to one of the lads this morning actually about, anxiety and nerves, how they kind of probably go hand in hand now. It used to be nerves, and then I don't know when the word anxiety came about, but that's used more than nerves now.
It's true,
because anxiety is a nerve. We're going to a classroom for the first time in our lives. We're nervous.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I was speaking to Billy Waters, because he signed.
Yeah.
And he signed yesterday, and it was his first time. And it's like you get natural nerves. That's just normal. And I feel like putting yourself in that situation definitely helps you grow from that. So you
as
have
a person, for sure.
Yeah, be comfortable being uncomfortable as well.
Yeah,
I kind of
it's like we call it.
I like that.
Yeah, it is good. I think because I've got in a Dragonfly Kids group where I do wellbeing sessions for them, and they're between 7 and 11, and we always say you're sort of excited, nervous when you start something new. Yeah. So it's funny, even from a young age like that, you learn that skill, I guess. And as you're growing up, you go through it so many times.
Yeah,
and it's how you deal with it, isn't it, as well? Because obviously that player could be nervous, and there's some people who don't have the, not adrenaline, but to actually go in that situation and put himself in that situation, which I suppose you get a lot in football, because there's games of every game's a massive game, isn't it? So it's like getting your mindset and pushing yourself.
Yeah, I feel like in a game, for example, I harness it. I like go with the nerves.
Yeah.
So if anyone tells you don't get nervous, I think they're 99% of people do get nervous. So, but yeah, I'd say they're lying. And some people will try and make themselves too comfortable and too relaxed to go the other way. I'm not nervous. You can see it in them. Like it's like just embrace it, because people see being nervous as a negative.
Yeah.
Like people used to take the mick out of each other for being nervous. Like why? It's normal, isn't it? It's a natural thing to be.
Absolutely. And I suppose to be in the position where you are, you've had to come out of so many different comfort zones to get there, have you?
Yeah. Exactly. And like I said, I think you grow more.
Yeah, as a person for it.
Nobody grows in the comfort zone, is what I've heard before, and I think that's true, really.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I suppose at the moment as well, the energy in the dressing room is really excited. Everyone exciting.
It is, but it's not too.
I'm nervous.
I just think it's pretty level.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because you can get ahead of yourself with the situation we're in, but you've got to keep yourself on a level playing field. So
So that's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like Phil Parkinson, the manager, always says, doesn't he? We take one game at a time, and all the players do. So that's like in life. We've talked about this as well. That small steps. Like don't focus on the massive goal. Focus on like each little goal as well. Which I think
because
is important.
like anxiety and nerves and stuff. People might be nervous about something that's coming up in a month's time. I don't know whether they get married or whatever.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's no point in worrying about that now.
No.
Of course, it's going to happen. Hopefully.
So don't turn up.
But So just ride with the days, really.
Yeah. So if there is someone like men out there then that are feeling those anxieties at the minute, what would you say to go and do? You know, because it never really goes away completely, does it?
No.
Because I know myself, I've had anxiety, and I know myself, I have to work at it. You know, it doesn't always just completely go. If you feel it coming back, you become aware of it, and then you have to do something. So for me, it's meditation. I just have to go and do some meditation, breath work, or cold water dip in. That's the type of thing I do.
I think they're brilliant.
Yeah. Is there anything?
Have you ever done meditation?
I've done an app called Headspace, which I used for quite a while.
Was that when you were going through?
It was after, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was about them, but just like I said, I saw a counsellor, which helped me to understand why I think the way I think, and you know, it goes quite deep. But I mean, Headspace is great. It just takes you away for that 5-10 minutes and breathing, like you said, ice water dipping. Or
do you do that?
Have you done that?
I love it. I have cold showers actually.
Yeah.
So this summer, because I don't know if Wim Hof.
Yeah, that was it.
We spoke about him quite a lot.
Yeah.
And his methods, and I would listen to his audiobook, and it just makes sense.
So good.
You know, all the things that he talks about. So.
And how do you feel after the cold shower? It's amazing, isn't it?
Don't get me wrong, it's hard.
It's so hard.
You switch your hot shower to cold, freezing cold.
But it's the breathing that gets you through,
you just calm yourself for, 20-30 seconds. And But again, that takes putting yourself in the right mindset to go into that shower. If it's sometimes after games, teams have cold showers.
Yeah.
And lads will be like, you know, don't get in it.
It's
like
an ice bath as well, isn't it?
Just do it,
Yeah. Do they all get in and do
seconds. Yeah, I think most do, yeah.
Do you feel like you have to convince like younger I was going to say younger children then, but younger lads that are coming in? Is
I'm
it
that
some
older annoying person? You can do it.
That's it. I feel like that now.
It's all in
yeah, you've been through it.
Yeah,
Watch me do
it. Watch me freeze to death.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
But no, you do get a good feeling after it, don't you?
Yeah.
And I find, again, routine, I think, is like one of my best mates at the moment is struggling. And I've spoken to him numerous amounts of times, and I'm not telling him what to do, but I'm just saying what I do, just to help, because I do it now still. I have, like, when I wake up, I would be like, I'll make my bed. I'll open every curtain in the house, all the blinds and stuff. That's like my way of doing it. I have kind of a similar sort of breakfast at the same sort of time. And I'm like, that's all right, I've started my day right.
Yeah.
Whether that's, I've had a good day the day before, or a bad day the day before, or say it's the summer and I've had a night out the night before.
Yeah.
I'll always kind of try and start my day
the same way.
The same way. And it's the same on a game day. And it's just, that's my little like reset really.
Start the day right as a new day. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be for everyone, but they're so simple for me. It's just the three things.
That's the thing, that you got to find what's right for you. And then that might work for people listening who, you know, might be struggling. And then can.
I love that though. Just three things. So you wake up, you make your bed, open the blinds, and eat something at the same time. Yeah. What do you normally have for breakfast?
I'll always have a green tea, and if I'm at home, it'll be Weetabix and some toast. And if I'm in here, it'll probably be just scrambled egg and beans and toast.
So no Cocoa Pops or anything?
No. I don't know that,
no. Oh, you're messing. So I thought to myself, I wonder what you would say back to yourself now. So say if you could take yourself back to when you're 16, is there anything you would tell that 16-year-old person, boy, you know, to do any differently or think any differently going forward, you know, if you could go back?
Yeah, I mean, like, as you get older, it's just, you do become wiser, and I'm not, you know, I'm not the wisest person, because obviously as I get older again, I will become, but it's seen as like boring, isn't it? You want to be wild and enjoy your life and do things that you probably I can't do now. So just enjoy it, and I think as well, just embrace who you are. If you're weird, enjoy it. Everyone's different. Like, I'm a bit weird. I have weird tendencies, and I do, you know, whatever. But
what are they?
That's me.
You can't say that and not tell it.
No. But like, I think in a football environment, I'm either very like boring, and that's me. Like, it's professional,
though,
or I'm just being an absolute weirdo. So I'm just having fun and being myself. So it takes a while to see that weird side, because you just get comfortable. But you know, it's I just think, just embrace you though. Just be you, and just, you know. I think
everyone's a bit weird. I think it's important to still have that immaturity, like, because I'm quite immature, aren't I?
A little bit. We are like totally different.
You're immature.
There is 10 years between us, though, so you know.
You keep telling people that.
I keep telling people that.
She wants people to say, oh, he
don't
doesn't
look
look
it.
like it.
No, I don't.
I thought it was 12. But,
Yes.
Oh, she'll love that.
But no, I think it's important to keep that youthfulness in you, and that you can drive that going, in your life then, can't you, as well?
I definitely think
so
that.
having the weird
be
moments,
fun, just be fun,
I think it's just society in general want you to streamline you into a certain way, don't they? And you've got to try and break out of that somehow.
Maybe. Definitely, yeah. I think so, just embrace it.
Yeah, definitely.
People will love you for who you are, but then people will dislike you for who you are. So
they will.
I always say, bugger them.
And just do it anyway. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Because there are people on YouTube that will dislike like a little girl singing and it's dead cute, but they'll still dislike it. So when you think that, they'll dislike it.
But it's sad because I think they're probably in a negative moment themselves.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're going through it and it's quite sad really. And you just want them to,
knock
you want everyone to be out of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like social media, because obviously you've been playing for a number of years and football's social media now is getting massive. Do you think that has an impact on mental health? And
it does on players, I think, because people read things and you can go. What I always say, like when you're doing well, you don't want to go and get like high on that supply, if you know what I mean. Like just don't go looking for the good, don't go looking for the bad. Just try and live a normal life, really. Because if you want to find a negative, you'll find a negative. If you want to find a positive, you'll find a positive.
Loads of positive comments and then one negative. That's what it's like with me. Like I'll see loads of positives and then that one negative will knock me a little bit and then I'm like,
you have to work on it.
Yeah, so then I'm always focusing on that. But like you said, if you focused on the positives, then
I think that's probably why a lot of people stay in their safe zone, isn't it? Because if you do push yourself out, you might get that negative response and it's like, oh, I don't know if I want it.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to like football and relating to football, like Wayne Rooney was until yesterday the highest scoring England player and the highest scoring Man U player ever, and he would get slated when he was playing. So
from when he was 16 as well.
Yeah, how does that work? So someone thinks he's not good enough, or they're going to slate him for this and that.
Yeah, so true.
So in football,
it's difficult.
We're playing 4 or 5 leagues below him.
Yeah.
You're going to get
That's such a good mindset to have now, and I bet having that at a younger age would be good as well, wouldn't it? When you think,
I mean, it's not something I've always had.
No, that's it. So you've got to that place now. Where, brilliant. And I was just, because I have my group with the Dragonfly kids, they love listening, and you've got children yourself. Is there anything that you would say to them, about any worries or struggles they have in school that they should do, or anything that they can do? It is tough,
Because again, I listen to quite a lot of podcasts, and they say one that I listened to and I really liked was don't focus on the outcome, focus on the process. So when you're encouraging your kids, like my little boy loves football, and I never really praise him for something that he does. I'm just like, oh, why don't you work really hard? Just keep working hard, keep enjoying it. That's the most important thing in my eyes, because he might be good or he might be bad. Who cares? As long as he's enjoying it and he's working hard, then they're two good mindsets to have, really.
Yeah, brilliant.
So, but as kids, just enjoy it. Just enjoy what you're doing. And if you're not good at it, you're not good at it. Work hard at it. If you don't want to work hard at it, still enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're all going to be bad at something at school. We're not going to be good at everything.
No.
So,
what were you bad at school?
I hated netball.
Oh, netball.
I thought it was too girly.
Oh.
That's what I did. I used to love playing football.
You did.
Then, I won't go into the whole story, but I stopped playing, and then when I played again, I got really bad anxiety going on. I used to
playing football
hate going on the pitch playing football. But really? I loved playing, loved football. But and this was only a couple of years ago, every time I went on that pitch, I got so anxious and I'm doing something wrong, or
is that being shouted at by your teammates and not thinking you're good
the
enough?
Manager.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But it's just about letting people down, I think.
Yeah.
So, it's weird. What were you bad
at? What was I bad at? Hockey. I couldn't play hockey. Yeah. No. And
I was good at everything.
Great. You were good at everything. Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Wait there, we need to find out a song from
Tozer. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think of that
song?
I
didn't, but I'm going to watch Elton John on Sunday, and I love Elton John. So
I love Elton John.
It could be...
What should we have?
An uplifting song would be something like Crocodile Rock, or
love
I'm Still Standing, or...
Yeah. Should we play them?
Yeah.
Love
Okay.
it.
Fab.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much for coming on.
So
Cheers.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
And if anyone who's listening feels like they need a little bit more help, there is clubs in Wrexham that you can go along to. There's Andy's Man Club in Wrexham,
Yeah.
so that's very
everywhere,
good.
isn't it,
Yeah,
as well?
yeah, it's everywhere. But
There's a Dragon Heart men's mental health on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But there's the 3 Wrexham Football Club, isn't there?
Brilliant. Well, thank
No,
you for coming
thanks, yeah,
on,
cheers.
and it's great to hear that the tips that you've given are quite similar to what we do as well. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows that you can take them across different platforms
Yeah.
no matter what you do, doesn't it?
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank
Thanks.
you.